A very warm welcome to all of you on this journey of cracking the most prestigious examination, that is Civil Services. I, Dr. Shyamli Singh, faculty at Indian Institute of Public Administration, New Delhi, will be helping you to navigate through general issues on environmental ecology, biodiversity and climate change. So let's get started. The first question is, with reference to India's Desert National Park, which of the following statements are correct? First statement states that it is spread over 2 districts. Yes, this is right. Which 2 districts are we referring to? Jaisalmer and Bardmer, the 2 districts of Rajasthan. Thus, the first statement stands true. This leads to the elimination of option B, as there is no 1 in this. Moving on to the second statement that states that there is no human habitation inside the park. You may be inclined to believe that the statement is correct, but it is completely false, because despite the lower population density, there are still a large number of people living in this vast region. As a result, this is a false assertion that leads to the elimination of A, B and D. Thus, we are left with only one option, that is C, which is the correct answer. Among the following tiger reserves, which one has the largest area under critical tiger habitat? So the word area is very important in this question. In the 4 alternatives which we have, area is the most important criteria. Considering the area, if we go one by one, Corbett has an area of approximately 829 kilometers square. Whereas when we talk of Ranthambore, it has an area of approximately 1113 kilometers square. Sundarbans, on the other hand, has an area of roughly 1699 kilometers square. So we are left with Nagarjuna Sagar Sirsaila, and this is around 2595 kilometers square. That means that the obvious choice of the correct answer is option C, whereas we can conveniently strike off A, B and D. Which of the following are detrivores? When we talk of detrivores, the organisms which feed on dead and decomposing material are called detrivores. Out of all these alternatives which are there on the screen, if we talk of each alternative one by one, jellyfish does not consume the dead and decomposing material. Rather, they consume smaller species or marine organisms. Thus, it rules out the possibility of option A. It also rules out the possibility of option B as well of D to be correct. As you can see, all options A, B and D have number 1 statement in them, which leads to a clear-cut solution of option C as the correct answer. With reference to Indian elephants, consider the following statements. The leader of an elephant group is a female. Statement 2 is the maximum gestation periods can be 22 months. The third statement goes is an elephant can normally go on calving till the age of 40 years. Fourth statement is among the states in India, the highest elephant population is in Kerala. Looking at the statement one by one and arriving on our answers, the first statement states that the leader of an elephant group is female, which is absolutely correct, because leaders are frequently females who guide the group through dry and wet seasons in various parts of the country. This leads to the probability of A and D as the correct option. As I said, kindly mind that it is only the probability that A and D might be correct. Moving on to the second statement, that is the maximum gestation period can be 22 months, which is true. The gestation period might extend anywhere between 19 to 22 months. This leads to a greater possibility of A being the correct. So we put a plus, that it has more probability of being correct. The third statement states that an elephant can normally go on calving till the age of 40 years. The statement is not correct because it goes much beyond the age of 40 years as well. Whereas if you talk of the fourth statement, that is, among the states in Kerala, the highest population, elephant population is in Kerala, which is false because the highest population of elephants is found in the state of Karnataka. Thus, option A, that is 1 and 2 is only correct answer. So we can definitely go for this as the correct option, and we can conveniently strike off the other 3 options as wrong options. Which of the following protected area is located in Kaveri Basin? If we look at all the options available with us, let me show you very clearly the options which we have. Out of all the options available, Papikonda National Park, this is located in Godavari River Basin. It's a Godavari River Basin, so it is available over there. So it rules out the possibilities of option A and of course D as well to be the correct option. Talking about the Nagarhole National Park, which is this one, it is located on the opposite banks of river Kabini, which serves as the drainage system foundation, and it is a major tributary of Kaveri. Moreover, Satyamangal Tiger Reserve and Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary is close by. Thus, option C, that is 1, 3 and 4 is the correct option. So you can very safely mark this as your correct answer. In the rural road construction, which of the following is preferred for ensuring environmental sustainability or to reduce the carbon footprint? In order to attempt this question, let us consider the 4th and 5th options first. So when I say 4th and 5th options, I mean hot mix asphalt technology and Portland cement. If you look at these 2 options, one thing that they share in common is that they both have a tendency to absorb sunlight. When they absorb more sunlight, the temperature rises dramatically, and every time the temperature rises, the carbon footprint increases as well. So with this increase in the carbon footprint, this leads to eliminate the option C. This means we are left with only one option, that is A, and that is 1, 2 and 3, which is the correct option. As per the Solid Waste Management Rules 2016, in India, which one of the following statement is correct? Going by statement, the first statement states that the waste generator has to segregate waste into 5 categories. As you can see, very clearly written that it has to be segregated into 5 categories, which is not true. There are 3 rather than 5 categories. Only 3 categories are there, not 5. And the 3 categories of the waste are wet, dry and hazardous. This means that the option A is eliminated. You can eliminate this option. The second option states the rules are applicable to the notified urban local bodies, notified towns and all industrial townships only. Whenever you have extreme terms in any question such as only, none, all, etc., they are frequently incorrect, and the same is true in this question as well. It is not only restricted to the urban local bodies, towns and industrial townships, but it is also encompassing all other places. As a result, option B is also not correct. This 4th option we will discuss first. It states that it is mandatory on the part of waste generator, and waste generated in one district cannot be moved to another district, which is again not correct. So we can very conveniently slash this option also out. Thus, moving on to the 3rd option, that is the rules provide for exact and elaborate criteria for identification of sites for landfills and waste processing facilities is the right option, and we can say that our option C is the correct option. In the context of proposals to the use of hydrogen enriched CNG, that is HCNG, as a fuel for buses in public transport, consider the following statements. Considering each statement one by one, the first statement states that the main advantage of the use of HCNG is the elimination of carbon monoxide emissions. It is not correct. It is not the elimination, rather it is the reduction. As a result, we can say that this is not correct. This leads that all the options which have 1 in them are incorrect, which means both the options which we have with us, that is option A, which has 1, and option D, can be very easily, very conveniently eliminated out. Moving on to the fourth statement, that is HCNG makes the fuel less expensive than CNG. This is again not a true statement. It is nevertheless significantly more costly than CNG, and as a result, since we have already ruled out this option, as a result of this, C option, which has 4 only, can also be eliminated. Thus, we are left with only one option, that is B, 2 and 3 only, which is our conveniently correct answer. Which one of the following protected area is well known for the conservation of a subspecies of the Indian swamp deer, Barasingha, that thrives well on hard ground and is exclusively graminivorous? Before attempting this question, you should all know what does it means to be a graminivorous. These are animals that eat grass and their sole source of nutrition is grass. The species in question is Barasingha. We have to consider about Barasingha. If we consider the given alternatives, the right answer is A, that is Kanha National Park. Why? Because it was the first tiger reserve in the country to establish the mascot in 2017, Bhoor Singh, the Barasingha. That was the name given to the mascot. So if you knew that Kanha National Park has chosen its mascot in order to improve its protection levels, you could easily come to the solution, that is A, and you can very conveniently strike off all the remaining options of Manas National Park, Madhumalai Wildlife Sanctuary and Tal Chapar Wildlife Sanctuary. Which of the following are the most likely places to find the musk deer in its natural habitat? Musk deer prefers mountainous or mountain ecosystems. When considering the various options which are there on the screen in front of us, we have Ascot Wildlife Sanctuary. It comes out on the top. Now, what is the location of Ascot Wildlife Sanctuary? It is found in the state of Uttarakhand. What part of Uttarakhand are we talking about? In the little hamlet of Ascot, which is very close to Pithoragarh. After that, there is Gangotri National Park, as you can see in the second option. This is once again in the laps of mighty Himalayas. Musk deer may be found in both Ascot and Gangotri National Park. Now, you won't see musk deer in Kishanpur Wildlife Sanctuary, which is closer to the Uttarakhand's Terai area, and neither you will find it in Manas National Park. As a result, the correct answer is A, which means only 1 and 2. You can very conveniently strike off the other options of B, C and D.